My purpose is to support people in healing and connecting to their essence. It's a gift that I received in deeper states of meditation, and the best thing to do with beautiful gifts is to give them to others. So we live in a society that takes us in many directions, and often those directions are away from our soul. And anytime we're disconnected from our soul, we experience a lack of joy and a lack of fulfillment. So my gift and my purpose on earth is to support others in finding the essence of their soul and allowing that to transform their life in every beautiful way, endless ways possible. And in that process, they also find healing and they find themselves again. I think recently it started when we were disconnected from our Mother Earth. If you are disconnected from your Mother Earth, you're going to be disconnected from your soul, because Mother Earth is one with the collective soul of humanity and everything. So that's one way that we've been disconnected. Another way is through the disconnect of our heart. So everyone's heart is the essence of their soul. Within each heart, there's love. Just like when you look at every baby, all they know is love. They don't know judgment. They don't know discrimination. They don't know anything other than love. And as we grow up, we get taught paradigms and we experience pain. And these things have the ability to disconnect us from our heart. And so when we are disconnected from our heart, we are disconnected from our soul. And there's a million other ways that the disconnect happens, but these two things are the cornerstone of disconnection that happens in the earthly experience. Well, we can recover everything because nothing is truly lost. It's just misplaced. And so we are on a journey of remembering. And there's so much wisdom hidden within all of these ancient societies. Every pyramid, every ancient site is built with intention on a full energy grid network of Mother Earth, ley lines, chakras, energy points. It's all interrelated, and every ancient civilization knew this. They built in harmony with Mother Earth instead of against her. So if you look to the wisdom of the Incas, or if you look to the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians, you'll notice their structures were built without mortar. It's as though the blocks were just seamlessly fit together, and they've stayed intact for a very long time. You'll notice feats of, it would seem, magic in their engineering, things that we're still trying to understand. There's a lot of talk of Machu Picchu and all of the majesty there, but there's other things that don't get talked about. So there is a water temple that the Incas built, and they have running water that's been running since the day of construction, and scientists cannot explain where the water comes from. So there's so much wisdom and intelligence, and that wisdom came from the heart. So even if you look at the ancient Egyptians, their hieroglyphs were pictures for us, because a picture says a million words. So they carved these pictures in stone so that when we were ready, we would remember. And you'll always notice when the women and men are standing next to each other, the women will have one hand up behind the man and one hand in front of the man. And that is a symbol of protection. I'm holding you in protection, and my hand is in front of you. I'm giving you my wisdom. So every way that you touch the earth is supported by my wisdom, by the wisdom of the divine feminine. So in ancient societies, there was a harmony between the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Each side supported each other, and each side has gifts. And when they work in harmony, they work in flow. When they work in flow, they're in alignment with Mother Earth, because Mother Earth flows and she blossoms. Mother Earth, one tree of apples can feed so many people. Mother Earth doesn't believe in lack, but these systems of disconnection are built upon lack. So we are returning to that wisdom of abundance of love for everyone, where everyone has a place, where everyone is well fed, where everyone is nourished, where everyone is honored for their unique talents, where the divine masculine and feminine work together. It's all one. The third eye is often described as the seat of the soul. The third eye has antennas. The third eye, or the pineal gland, when it is open, produces little bitty tiny calcite crystals. As we know from our modern technology, there's so much quartz and other crystals that are used to transfer energy. So our third eye is, in all respects, the eye to the universe. It is the eye of the universal soul. And when your third eye is open, you receive wisdom from above. You receive wisdom from below. Every plant talks to you. Mother Earth sings to you. Every animal is there to teach you something deeper. And you flow with that wisdom in how you build structures, how you construct society, how you treat each other. It's all one. So in ancient societies, they had that connection. And that's why you see it, whether it's ancient Egypt and the Eye of Horus that is on everywhere. They have even people handing out the Eye of Horus to others. Or whether it's the ancient statues of Buddha where they all have their third eye, or any bodhisattva, any divine creature, you will notice there is a symbol on the third eye. And this gets into every ancient culture. They had a symbol drawing attention to that innate divine antenna that we have to the universe. We are entering a very auspicious and special time. Every ancient culture has referred to this moment. So in modern society, we talk about the age of Aquarius. The ancient Hindus talked about the yugas and the cycles of humanity rising and falling. The Incas had a symbol that was the stages of life and reincarnation, and it was steps, and they all are on a sequence of cycles. The ancient Egyptians also had a 26,000-year calendar, just like the Mayas. It goes on and on and on. Everywhere you look, there is this wisdom. And what this wisdom is about is every 26,000 years, our Earth enters into a very special place in the galaxy. We're in the center, or near the center, of our galactic center. And in the center, there is a great central sun. So that great central sun aligns with our sun and shines celestial light on our sun. This powers up our sun, and then our sun transfers those gamma waves into Earth. And that actually moves our brain into alpha and gamma wavelengths. When we're in alpha and gamma brain wavelengths, we're thinking very beautiful thoughts. Alpha, you'll find very zen, very altruistic, very loving thoughts. Gamma, you will find godlike, universal love. You will find concepts that are holistic, that are healing. You'll find the connection of I see myself in you and everything. So as we are literally shine celestial light, we literally rise with that light. Simultaneously, these gamma bursts affect the Schumann resonance of Mother Earth. And this is very big. We often talk about heart-brain coherence. Heart-brain coherence is really heart-brain Mother Earth coherence. So Mother Earth is at 7.83 hertz. That's what she vibrates at. It's known as the Schumann resonance. Our hearts also vibrate at 7.83 hertz. And as we move into alpha brainwaves, they are within that range of 7.83 hertz. So it's all vibrating as a symphony of love. Pythagoras called it the symphony of the spheres. Every planet is giving off a frequency and singing literally. We have a universe of song. Universe, one song. And so as we enter into the galactic center, we began to dance in harmony versus disharmony with our thoughts, our words, our actions, and our society. So in the center of the galaxy, we have our great central sun, and we also have a great black hole. All black holes are portals. All black holes are portals into white holes. So we're literally moving into a place where magnetically the black hole is affecting the dimensional space that we're in. So when you have all of these things come together, you have quantum shifts. And there are many different layers and dimensions of life, of the earth, of the earthly experience. Our particles are jumping in and out of existence every second, every millisecond. That's because we exist on multiple dimensions. And some dimensions, we spiral down. We spiral into hate and anger. In some dimensions, we spiral up into love and unity and co-creating heaven on earth. And as we enter into the magnetic pull of the black hole and the gamma burst of our great central sun, we quantum jump physically, mentally, and spiritually into a higher dimensional experience. As old systems collapse, it starts within each heart. We are all co-creators in this experience. And the first thing that collapses is people's connection to that old system. So whether it's old ways of thinking, old ways of being, jobs, society just as a whole and how it functions, this is a sign of the great transformation, of the great metamorphosis. It begins in the hearts, and people start to feel that there is something off. They'll often say, that doesn't resonate with me anymore. That doesn't align with me anymore. I quit my job and I started traveling to find myself and find my passion. Every person is answering the call of their heart And together we are co-creating this new earth of love. Well, the reason that it's hard to observe these quantum leaps and quantum jumps that we're all doing is because although every particle in my hand is vibrating and it's not solid, it's blinking in and out of existence, I don't see it. I don't see it because we have created these vessels that empower the illusion of solidity. So the quantum field is moving faster than the speed of light, and our eyes don't perceive it. So just like our eyes don't perceive it, we also don't have a strong perception when we do these quantum jumps. But we know it because things miraculously start getting better, little by little. So pretty soon we'll start to notice, oh, I'm in the flow of life. I'm just flowing through life and everything's aligning. It's miraculous. Pretty soon we'll start to notice, wow, I thought that was really gonna go pretty dark and yet it worked out great. Then it gets bigger. It flows into our politics. And often things get a little dark before they get brighter. So you'll notice a collapse in the systems right before there is an emergence of light. And you'll notice people starting to get disconnected from the stage of it all and start to ask deeper questions about how can we actually solidify this heaven on earth in our society, in our politics, and how can we release division? And it happens one by one. So the timeline jumps aren't obvious, but they happen every day. Every time you choose a higher thought, every time you show up in love, every time you make a decision to follow your heart, you are quantum jumping and changing your timeline. And you will notice little things. You'll notice things missing. I set something on a table, and the next thing you know, oh, it's in the cupboard. And a lot of people dismiss this. But trust your intuition. You put your keys on the table, next thing you know, you look, and they were in the cupboard. How did that happen? You quantum jumped. So there's little indications that you're doing this jump anytime you do them. And you will also feel it in your body as well. Yes, they often do happen at night. At night, your conscious mind and your subconscious mind are processing and integrating. And during integration, we do leaps. So most quantum jumping does happen when we sleep. And an indication of that is also lucid dreaming. If you have a really lucid dream, you just quantum jumped. If you wake up in your dream and you're like, oh, I know you're a dream, and you see the dream kind of melts or something happens, that's a very clear indication you have made a quantum jump. The only way that I have found, and I'm sure there's other ways, because there's many ways in this dimensional experience, but for me, the best way to rise beyond the ego or to integrate the ego is love. So, love and humor. So laughing at yourself and giving yourself love. Saying, oh, I thought I was so superior because I was an advanced yogi. Or I thought I was so awake because I researched a lot of things about quantum physics or chakras. And then I started to call people sheeple. The whole ideology that you are superior to another is your ego. Because that's what your ego is. It's edging God out. Anytime you edge someone out and you see someone as the other, you are feeding the ego. And we all do it. So it's having grace and also accountability. So holding yourself accountable and saying, oh, you know what? That thought or that emotion or that ideology, it was rooted in ego. I'm going to hold myself accountable. But in that accountability, I'm also going to give myself love. I'm going to say, you know what? I love you, ego. Thank you for helping me to see myself in another way. Thank you for reflecting my shadow into me. Now let me give you my light. Light is love. And when you bring the light to your shadow, in the harmony, you rise. So for myself, that's the best way I have found to, integrate the ego is through love, just radical love. Everything is within. You are the master. That's first and foremost. So you don't need anything outside of yourself. However, having help is always beautiful. So everyone moves at their own pace. People can do this on their own, or if they feel aligned with having a teacher, they can welcome in a teacher. But the way you know if a teacher is helpful is if they remind you that you're the master. Any teacher that places themselves or any ideology above you or anyone else is practicing egoic leanings, and you can't learn from that person. Any person that's saying you are lacking and you have to do this or you won't get here is placing you in a system of lack instead of a system of mastery. Now, granted, a teacher can call your attention to something and say, hey, this practice will help you in this way if you would like to try it. But always remember, you're the master. And so a good teacher will help you to remember your power, and your highest power is your highest peace. So the best teacher reminds you of who you are, which is the master, which is the peaceful guru, which is one with everything, which is love. I work with people in a lot of areas. I like to just open my arms in love and sit with them and find out what areas they feel they need to heal, what areas they feel that they want to awaken, and also to explore what modalities feel the best for them, what modalities empower them. For me, sound healing and meditation has been a really powerful tool on my journey. And so, but there's so many tools and they're all equally as beautiful. So I like to talk with the individual and figure out what sparks them, what makes them feel alive, what connects them to the divine. And then we explore modalities. We do a lot of quantum timeline healing where we reframe painful events into powerful things. We reprocess emotions and memories in a way that will place them in power, place them in peace, and that will alchemize their full transformation. And it's glorious to see someone transform and find their soul. You see a greater just peace and calm come over them. You see how it transforms their relationships with first themselves, second their friends, their family, co-workers, the world in large. You see their joy come back. You see them living with this childlike joy that is ecstatic and beautiful. You see them talking about things that were once painful in a way that is empowering and enriching. You see the wisdom of their heart come through in everything they do. And I always see them embarking on a journey of following their passion. And I get to see them enlivened with joy of creating something that is truly fulfilling for them. We all have a lot of ancestors, of course, but for myself, there are two of my ancestors that have came through very clearly on this path. The one that is with me and has been with me, and even my students see her during sessions, she always shows up, she's very present, is my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother was a Cherokee medicine woman, and during her life, it was illegal for her to practice her medicine. And that led to a lot of heartbreak. And so it's beautiful because as I carry on that legacy, I can feel her healing. And I can feel her guiding me. I can feel her supporting me and my students. And we all have visions of her during deep states of meditation, especially sound healing. Every time I sing a Cherokee song, she appears. It's just such a pure and present power in my life. So I am very grateful to walk in her shoes and carry on her wisdom. It's always darkest before the dawn, and yet the sun still rises. So this is a process. On an individual level, anytime you are healing from something and rising beyond it, first you must bring your light to your shadow. You must bring your awareness and attention to it. So as a collective, we are in that process right now. A lot of things are getting stirred up. A lot of people are calling out the shadow and where things don't work. A lot of stuff is happening. And that is happening because we are planting seeds of growth into the fertile earth. Things get a little mucky, but it's just like cleaning out your closet. We are cleaning out the collective closet of humanity. And so it's a process, but the sun is rising. And soon we will all dance in the sun in a new earth of love. My message is, know thyself, and you will know the universe and all of its secrets. You are the master. You are the infinite love experiencing itself. You are awakening from a dream. You're awakening from the illusion of separation. You are blossoming like the lotus, and it's really beautiful to see. I am very honored to get a front row seat to this awakening and to lend my light and my love to this process. And I am profoundly proud of each one of you for everything that you are. So I will sing a Cherokee morning song to celebrate the day. It can be the sunrise, it can be the dawning of humanity, but it's a very sacred song to celebrate the rising. So it's Wendeyaho, Wendeyaho. You can sing along. It's very simple. Wendeyaho, Wendeyaho, Wendeya, Wendeya, ho 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 ho, hey ya, ya ya, hey ya. Wendeyaho, Wendeyaho, Wendeya, Wendeya, ho 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 ho, hey ya, ya ya, hey ya. And then you can finish it with Wendeya, Wendeya, ho 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 ho, hey ya, ya. In Cherokee is the Great Spirit, Wendeyaho, celebration of the Great Spirit rising.